everybody, it's Kelly, and I'm coming to you live for just a second before I start the rest of the video because I wanted to just talk about something kind of quickly. These are the things, papers that I'm going to be using, and I'll show you that first. They're all from the new Schmel Little by Little collection. This is a photograph of my grandson, who is now 4, but at the time he was 3. And I'm going to scrap this layout about him. I think I'm going to call it You at 3 or something like that, because his mom did a little interview, kind of canned interview thing that you could get, and then posted this photo with the interview, answered the interview questions on Facebook. And so I pulled those interview questions and the photo because I wanted to make a layout about it. So what I did, and I'm going to bring this up, is I printed that all on a transparency. If you can see that hopefully there. There we go. So questions like, what is your name? How old are you? How old is mommy? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? So anyway, I printed them on a transparency, and I'm going to mount that on this blue paper. And I decided to do that instead of like handwriting all of the questions and answers. It just felt, I don't know, a little bit more interview-like to me. The thing you need to know about a transparency, and these are old, I've had these for probably 10 years. I don't use them all that often, but you want to print on the rough side of a transparency. If your printer has a transparency setting, use that. Otherwise, make sure you don't touch it for a while, because they can, what do I want to say, smudge pretty easily. Now this one I printed first thing this morning. It's now evening, so it's not a problem. I can touch it, no big deal. But anyway, so I just wanted to go through and talk about that a little bit before I actually started the layout. If you have any questions about transparencies or anything, let me know. I have some stuff here off to the right that I think I definitely want to use, like these buttons from the Little by Little collection. I have this tag that I'd like to use because it says I love right now, but I don't know that the colors are going to work with this. We'll see. I have some LE Studio label stickers and arrows and heart, some freckled fawn hearts. So we'll see how this all works out. Anyway, I'll put you on fast forward. All right, so let's get to the layout. I'm going to put the photo on that blue lined paper, and then I'm going to tuck that little transparency journaling right underneath it, so it looks like it kind of has a place to live. And I love how this is lined because it makes sense with the typing on it. That striped paper is from Schmel Little by Little, called Live a Little. All right, and I just about have that down. I'm going to take that over to my trimmer, and I'll trim it into a block so that I now have a photo block out there with the photo and the journaling. And I'm going to use this circle as my background. I was thinking about using that navy polka dot background, but decide not to do that, which is actually kind of a rarity for me. Usually when I have a pattern that goes off the edge like this one does, I want that to have some sort of background border behind it. But I decided not to do it on this one. That circle paper is from Schmel Little by Little, and it's called Bear Hug. So I did want to use this tag quite a bit, but I'm not going to end up using it. It's a little bit too brown for this whole layout, which there's a gray wall and a gray sofa behind him, so that it just didn't look right, and it was taking over this too much, even though I love the sentiment of I love you right now. So now I'm trying to figure out what else I can do, and I found this little red label here. I like that idea because it gives me a place. I need to put at the very least a date on here somewhere, because of course I want to, it's something like this where it's freezing a point in time. You definitely want to know where or what day it was done. So I'm deciding I'm going to put that up in the top there. Then I'm just looking at the stickers here to see if there's anything else that I might want to put on this layout. And I found that little yellow word sticker that says, love you, which is a great sentiment here because I do love him. And I'm playing around a little bit here with where I'm going to put the photo block on the layout. And it will be in about the bottom half. I think it extends a little bit over that, but I just like that space above you know, with all that space above, especially since this is such a busy pattern. Now I'm going through my die cut shapes here from the Chamel Little by Little collection, and I found that stack of books, which is perfect for him since he loves to read. I did think about using that typewriter because it reminded me of newspapers and interviews and that kind of stuff and typing those things up, although who types anything anymore except for we scrapbookers who are using our typewriters. And then I found that die cut that says magic on it, and I was thinking I was going to leave that up in the upper left hand corner. I do want something up there because otherwise everything going on is down in the bottom, but that's going to end up not being it. It is a little bit heavy because it's so dark, and it looks like the ceiling is coming down or something. Now I just went to my Elle Studio puffy stickers there, and those arrows are from a limited edition of puffy stickers, which are a few months old now for sure. They're more than a few months old, so I don't think they're available anymore. So now I'm looking at the other puffy stickers I have there, and I picked out a turquoise sticker that said right now, but I'm going to trade that out for this gray one. The right now and turquoise was calling too much attention to itself. So those stickers, the right now puffy sticker is from the Everyday Labels puffy stickers, and I think they are still available on their website. I did pull another one that says "You are awesome," and I say this to him all the time, so I think it's a great sentiment to have on here. So I've taken that arrow off there because I want to put that up now in the upper left-hand corner, and it's not quite as, it's not as dark, so it doesn't feel so heavy up there. But I'm looking for something to mount that on, to share space with there, because it doesn't look right to my eye to have it just sort of hanging out there on its own. Couldn't find a place for that. And now I'm thinking about adding a camera up there. And then I found that label there, and that is the perfect grounding element for the You Are Awesome puffy sticker. And then I didn't like the two, you know, all the blue up in that corner because it was only blue and gray. I need some other colors. So I'm going to the wood buttons now. To see what I can find there, and I find a navy button. That, however, is not going to stay there. So I was thinking about that arrow up there, and when I did this, I wanted to use the Right Now Amy Tangerine tag and then those puffy arrows, but the Amy Tangerine tag didn't make it, and right now the arrows aren't making it. So I'm just looking at that. And I'm holding down the books with my Cricut spatula so they don't move when I move the other piece of paper. Alright, so now I feel pretty comfortable with where that is sitting. So I can get this glued down, just making sure that it's straight here. And just positioning those books so that they don't hide that very last answer there. And I'm going back to my wood buttons again here, and I put a little button by that stack of books. Now these buttons that I'm going to put on are not going to actually stay on the layout. I will change these out eventually. I like the dimension that the circle gives and the fact that it's, you know, there's so many circles in the background, but I'm going to change my mind. Now I'm looking at my puffy stickers and perhaps changing that out for a camera there. I find this cute little fox puffy sticker, which I like because it is about a child and a child who likes to read. So the fox and storybook-like characters of that are perfect for this. And then I find a lion for the lower cluster with the book there. All right, and that's not going to stay there. That last puffy sticker is not going to stay in that cluster with the right now puffy sticker. I will change that out, because what I've done is I've kind of forgotten about the love you sticker and the arrows. So now I'm trying a button there again, and I actually went so far as to take off the little foam piece from the button. It just wasn't looking right to have those two circles together to me. That's what the real problem was, is I didn't like them together. And then I remember, oh yeah, I have this love you sticker, so I put that down in there. And that now makes more sense. And actually it says love you right now, although I do love him all the time. Still playing with the button's still not working. And then because I have moved these things so much and they were on wax paper, they're not sticking as well, so I have to use my ATG to actually stick these down. All right, so here are the puffy arrow stickers again. And those are now on the sheet. And that love you sticker came from the 6x12 sticker sheet. I don't remember that I said that, from Little by Little. All right, so I have everything down now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling up there. I'm putting the date down, and then on that label I'm just going to put down interview with mommy, because I want it to be apparent who the interview is with, such as when she asked what his age was. He got it right, actually, which is pretty cool. All right, so it's time to put a title on here, and I'm thinking I'm going to use these Pink Fresh Studio letters, but I'm not going to, in navy. And I had kind of wanted to use an @ sign here because my title is going to be You at 3. But there was no @ sign in this set, and I think the navy blue was just kind of getting lost on the page. It was a little bit too dark, so I think I'm going to go red now. So I pull out some of my red thickers, and I like this font and I like the color of it, but it was the wrong alpha choice just all around. For style, the style's a little bit too formal. This is really whimsical. And in the end, I find these American Crafts stickers in the Cherish font in the red glitter, and that's going to make a much better title for me, to my eye anyway. He's wearing that red shirt, so it just makes sense to do a red alpha. It just calls a little bit more attention to him, and it frames the layout with some more red. Okay, and the other thing that these do is they give me the chance to use the @ sign, because I hate it when my letters are almost gone and all I have left is the punctuation, because then what can, you know, it's much harder to use it then. I didn't have any E's, so I took 2 3s and just turned them the other way. And now I have 2 E's. I love that when I can do that kind of a thing too, especially when you can use the numbers, because I just use them less. Excuse me, yawning here today. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Anyway, just getting that title down, and that is the last thing that I have to do on this layout. There will be a detail shot at the end, or a still shot, and a couple of detail shots at the end. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back with another video again soon. Bye!